Welcome back, my DIY nomads. How are you all doing today? We are going to do a Luton video. Yeah, we're banging out the Luton videos now with the whole deadline coming towards us now. We need to make sure that the Luton is livable. We know 100% it's not going to be complete by the time Ben moves out of his flat and moves into it, but we want to get to a point where everything's working, everything's livable, like it's literally livable. So let's crack in there. Some exciting news about the wait. What a view in the morning, eh? Oh. So, very, very mildly messy. Well, it's messy up in the bed area at the moment, but that's not a problem. We have got the sink roughed in. We've got the fridge is like sort of first fit in, as it were, just to sort of see it in place. But yeah, we've now got the other carcass in. Ben did this one evening. I just got a message from him randomly. He stayed in really late and got this fitted. He was really determined to, because the electrician is coming back today. We'll be getting it to a point. He said that it would take 3 days. He said there's probably, due to a couple of things he's going to have to also get done today, he won't be able to get it all complete. So, but he's going to have the whole system running and working by the end of today, which is really, really cool. Now that that's in, it gives such a nice sense of the space. You can actually feel like because this was up to the wall, it was still, I know it seems weird, but it's hard to like feel it and gauge it and see how the space works and whether it's too cramped or not. But it feels really good. But yeah, nice and sturdy, nice and strong. Nice little rail back there just to give it a bit more extra strength and added strength, and also allow him to screw it to the wall of the Luton. Loads and loads of storage, like tons of space for drawers and everything like that. And I still can't get over how big the bin's going to be. I mean, absolutely massive bin, but obviously he's living in here, so you know, going to need something a little bit more substantial. The sink's looking really lush. Ben's going to go for is it a gold tap?
Gold tap.
Go for a gold tap. But yeah, I think that's going to look awesome. And then with the whole getting into the van, Ben was like thinking about the design, thinking about what he's going to do with it, because there was going to be a piece that goes across here to add more kitchen worktop space. But he's going to have it on a hinge, so it goes up. So you can even squeeze in here and wash up here. So if he did have a partner in the old home, he could you know, do things at the kitchen while people can move around and there's space, and yeah, just more little things to think about when using the space. Oh, and the shower. You've got this shower drain in, and he's routed it in, cut the hole through, so that's actually to the outside, you can see there. But yeah, really, really cool. So he's got it next to the toilet, so everything sort of comes to this point. And we're going to install a little fan in the toilet area back there, because it's a composting toilet, in case there's any smells. It's going to suck the smells out. And then we also need to get an extractor in here. I can't remember exactly where Ben said it was going to go. On to the juicy deets. God, that sounds gross. We have a weighbridge near us. We've got the van over there. Ben was sat in the driver's seat. So we've also, so okay, let me just quickly run down. We've got all the structure that's in here at the moment. We've also got the batteries. We've got, I know it's not actually got any water in. We've got the tank in here. Doesn't make any difference because it weighs nothing. We've got the fridge in here. We've got the gas tank already in the gas locker full. So, you know, that's a big bit of weight. The trim is in here, the sink is in here, there's a mattress sort of up there, there's a bunch of stuff that was already up here, there's some timber that Ben's already taken out, the toilet's in here. So we've got quite a lot of stuff already in here, and Ben was already sat in the passenger seat. When we took it to the weighbridge, it came in at bang on 3 tons, which is awesome news. We've got half a ton to play with. We now know that obviously we need to, of that half a ton, we need to knock off 67 kgs for the water. That just goes straight out the window. But that's fantastic news. We're looking at what, maybe 67 kg for the water, let's say another 70 kg, so let's say 140 kg of that 500 kg it goes. So we've got room to play with. There is definitely scope to get this under 3.5 tons in a Luton house build, which is awesome news. Oh, and obviously one thing to add is the fuel on board. So Ben went in, well, we're not actually 100% sure on the litre capacity of this Luton. They're apparently online, they're anywhere from 65 to 80 litres. So let's say it was 80 litres. On the thing, it's it's almost half. So let's say there's like 30 litres in there. So that's another 50 kg on top. Hoping that the density of diesel is around the same as water. Yeah, so 50 kgs. So we are close. I'm not going to lie, we are close. But Ben is going to implement a bunch of weight saving ideas to get doors and fronts on stuff. All the stuff on the top of these, on these sort of cabinets in the kitchen, they're all going to be very like sort of like thin fronts and weight saving ideas and cool stuff like that. So very hopeful that we'll be getting in within the 3.5 ton limit range, which is awesome news. So we're going to look at mounting the solar panels on the roof. We've got two 310 watts, so a bit more than my van, and we're using these brackets, which I haven't seen before. I'll put a little link in the description below about where you can find them, but you screw down these onto your base, like which will be Ben's roof, obviously making sure that's watertight when it goes through the rubber, and then you sort of like half and half it through, and then this bracket, this black bit, slides into the channel, and it has this lip, and that literally just will clamp down on the side of the solar panel and really grip down and keep those locked in place. Really cool. And while that's happening on the roof of the Luton, Ben has shaved down the edge of the surround, you wouldn't even know, so that it can fit into his custom made roof vent, which is sick. So the way that the roof vent will go in is it will slot up in there near the actual fan, and just like the hatch, he's then going to edge it with oak. The oak will come down to the bottom edge here and make it look really nice and tidy. It gives him a little head hole to stick his head while he's reading if he sits up in bed. Also, another little point I wanted to add in is that if you were looking to add some sort of form of extractor fan, you don't necessarily have to buy an extractor fan. You don't have to like find a dedicated extractor fan. We're going to actually use this 12 volt, 12 or 24 volt DC fan. It's a silent sort of like silent PC one. So we ran it already. It's really, really quiet. It's not silent, but you would hardly hear it. And this will go somewhere on the wall. We'll give it an external little shroud, and we'll give it a little cover on the front, and that will keep everything all vented in the old steamy shower room. So panels are now up here, which is awesome. So Ben has now got, how many watts at each panel? 620 watts of power. So really cool design. Really sort of slimline as well. They probably raised the panel up about 15mm off of the surface here, which is nice because you get a bit of airflow underneath. Keep it cooler under the panel from airflow. And these clamps look super heavy duty as well, like very, very strong, very reliable. Right, everyone, it's been a little while since I was actually last filming. Ben has now technically moved into the Luton. Still pretty much a skeleton of a van, but he doesn't mind because at the moment he's sort of using friends and family or whatever to sort of bolster the other sides of things. But let me just go through the things that were fitted in the video. Whoa, look at that. Look at that. Look at all that lovely oak. It's turned out really nicely. and such a great place. Ben's been loving having it here because, you know, he's getting too hot, he can just jam it on really easily. It's just above his head, but also he said on its lowest setting it's really, really quiet and doesn't really affect his sleep. Here's the old gold tap we mentioned before. I think it works really nicely with the white sink, but yeah, very, very nice. Chatting with Ben, I wanted to know a little bit more about how he's finding the trimmer. We haven't had it hooked up to the gas, we've just been using it on its electric function, which is what I think it's so useful that if you're going to make the investment to go for one of these trimmer units, definitely just get the E version anyway, because you can just not have any gas and run it off electricity, which I think electricity is much, much easier to come by these days. You can just plug it in somewhere and off you go. Unlimited heating if you're powering off the grid. And he's been saying about 15 to 20 minutes and he's noticing a good amount of heat coming in here. He's getting nice and cozy, which is very, very impressive. The shower's also come a long way. We've got the extractor fan. We changed the fan. The previous one, although it was working on 12 volts, we by an accident broke it. So yeah, doesn't matter. We've got this other little PC fan which works just the same way, and that works great as an extractor fan. He's got the so we've got the shower head mounted up there, LED strip behind a super diffusing acrylic sheet, I think it is. Fans going, turbocharged, and we've got shower controls peeking through the wall where one of the shower head mounts is, and a little tiny alcove for his shower gels and stuff like that. And the walls are all coated in tanking membrane. So this is the first coat. Ben needs to do 1 or 2 more coats, and then he's going to go over it with swimming pool paint. And swimming pool paint is great because there are a few different options in regards what sort of like base it is, like how it's made, but super, super durable. It's the top coat. It'll be really resistant to everything like high foot traffic, rubbing, chemicals, etc., yada yada. So great top level to have, and he's gone for one that is going to hopefully look like stone, sort of like a more, I guess, concretey or like a smooth stone finish, which will look really nice in here. Plus it's not super heavy, unlike, you know, maybe like some ceramic tiles or other options. So nice little weight saving idea there. Right everyone, I'm going to call it there. I hope you enjoyed the little updates from the Luton video. We've got a current camper van job going on at the moment. I'm not going to be filming it. I'm just going to be filming the start and the end, doing a little van tour at the end, showing it off to you guys, sorry. And I'll be bringing out a video on my camper van because I went down to Cornwall recently for a wedding, which was awesome. Went down for my friend's wedding. It was really, really nice and really cool to use the camper van in its current state because although I haven't finished it, obviously, the shower's nowhere near completed. It was really nice to sort of use the space and without rushing see where and like what would be the best storage and like kitchen storage, etc., yada yada yada, so that I could optimize the space but then not do something that I regret further down the line. Anyway, I'll catch you with DIY Nomads next time.